Hey you! Yeah, you, the dweeb in the corner playing D&D. Do you like fantasy adventure? Do you like schlock? Do you like fantasy adventure and schlock? Then look no further than Hawk the fucking Slayer. What is Hawk the Slayer? Hawk the Slayer is a movie that makes fucking Krull look like Lord of the Rings. You know what? Fuck that. It makes Deathstalker. No, do you know what? Fuck that as well. It makes Deathstalker 2 look like Empire Strikes Back. Why? Because it is a movie brimming with ambition that has fuck all budget, and it is fucking wonderful for it. Why do I love this movie? Well, it's got a giant that's slightly taller than an average man. It's also got a dwarf that's slightly shorter than an average man. It's got an elf that can fire his bow at rapid succession because they loop the footage over and over again of him shooting the same fucking arrow. It's got a witch whose superpower is to shoot silly string out of her fucking staff. This movie is bargain bin schlock, and it is fucking wonderful for it. And at the tippy top of this absolute fucking cheesecake is Jack Palance wearing a fucking tea strainer as an eye patch. But what is Hawk the Slayer, you might ask? Directed in 1980 by Terry Marcel, this movie tells the story of two brothers, Hawk and Voltan. Hawk played by John Terry and Voltan played by Jack Palance. And let me tell you something, Jack Palance is giving it full fucking throttle in this movie. He thinks he is in a Shakespearean production of Othello, and it is fucking amazing. The rest of the cast are fun, but this is Palance's movie. He is hamming it up. He is giving soliloquies. He is giving monologues. He is giving this movie far much more grace than it fucking deserves. I mean, it's like nobody told him, hey, you're in a fantasy adventure movie. This isn't fucking Lawrence of Arabia. But fuck it, he's cracking on and he's fucking brilliant for it. Other notable cast members is William Morgan Shepherd. Yes, the father of Mark Shepherd, who plays Crowley in Supernatural. But this guy has a fairly big acting resume of his own. I think most people of my age will recognise him as the voice of the general who does the briefings at the start of the old PS2 Medal of Honor games.
You're about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months.
And yeah, he's pretty good in this. In fact, all the cast are good in this. You've Carry On alum like Bernard Breslaw playing Gort the Giant. This would actually be his first fantasy adventure role. He'd go on to star in the much superior Krull as Rel the Cyclops. And yeah, he is fun in this. As I said before, he plays a giant that's not really that giant, and that just exemplifies the issues with this movie. Terry Marcel had a vision, and it's a wonderful vision. On paper, this is fucking awesome. This is the Magnificent Seven set in a sword and sorcery universe with the added gravitas of something almost Shakespearean. Hawk wants to avenge his wife's death at the hands of his evil brother Voltan. You can't get much more Shakespearean than that. But here is what I mean by the ambition didn't match the budget or scope. Because this movie looks cheap as ever living fuck. Which is kind of, if you'll pardon the genre pun, a double-edged sword. You can have a lot of fun with this movie because you've got a witch who's shooting silly string out of a staff, but you also have a scene where an elfin archer is trying to look like he's a badass, and they're just looping the same scene over and over again. And yeah, it's great crack with a bunch of mates and a couple of beers, but the fact is, there is some really good performances in this movie, and there's some great fucking ideas, and it's just dragged down by some obvious budgetary limitations, which sucks because this had the potential to be an awesome cult classic. But with all that said, it's still a cult classic, maybe for the wrong reasons, but there is a lot of fucking fun to be had here. I mean, you want your character to teleport? Hell, get two luminescent hula hoops, tape them together and have them spinning around in a fucking circle. There, you got Hawk teleporting. You cannot fucking make this shit up. It is wonderful, it is bargain bin, and the ambition, while it does sabotage some great performances, gives you a lot of fun with this movie. Another great thing about this movie is the fucking soundtrack. The soundtrack is fucking cracking. Harry Robertson, who had scored a lot of the Hammer horror movies, including my favourite Twins of Evil, gives an absolute fucking banner of a score to this movie. And when composing it, he stated he wanted to make something reminiscent of a Sergio Leone western. And by God, when you hear that main theme, you get that fucking vibe. Interesting fact about Harry Robertson, he actually helped Terry Marcel co-write this movie. And yeah, it makes sense because the guy had a bit of experience working on the Hammer films, and there are certain scenes in the forest that feel very Hammer-esque. So yeah, if you're wondering why you get the feeling Christopher Lee's going to come around the corner at any moment, that's the fucking reason why. Suffice to say, with its obvious limitations, this movie was not fucking greeted kindly when it was released. But over the subsequent years, as I said before, it's garnered a cult following. Some people think it's campy and cheesy, some people actually appreciate it for its sword and sorcery elements. And yeah, one of the groups that seems to have embraced this movie is Rebellion Productions. Yes, the same production company that owns 2000 AD. And as a result, we got a wicked Hawk the Slayer comic book written by the man himself, Garth Ennis. Hawk the Slayer, Watch For Me in the Night, is a sequel to the movie, and it is fucking fantastically drawn by Henry Flint. And the great thing is, unlike the movie, the only limitations Henry has is his imagination. He doesn't have to worry about budgets. That's the great thing about doing comics. Your imagination is the only limitations you have. You don't have to worry about budget or production value. You can go fucking buck wild, and that's what he does in this gorgeously crafted comic. So at the end of the day, what are my thoughts on Hawk the Slayer? Is it a bad movie? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I still love it. I love it for its minute moments of brilliance, and I love it for its astronomical flaws, both in equal measure, because it's a movie made with passion. And maybe said passion isn't a good substitute for skill or budget, but it's still fucking there. And if you love it as much as I do, let me know in the comments. And if someone takes the piss out of you for liking this, well, just pull a Bill Bailey on their arse.
Hawk the Slayer's rubbish.
So yeah, guys, my name's Martin. This has been the Trash Picture Show, and yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.